Hi there, thank you for joining me here in the News Bunker. This is not your standard News Bunker. I have a special message for you. I want to explain why there hasn't been a fresh News Bunker for the past couple of days. Now, some of you know that I've been out of work since November. I conceived the bunker in early December and began the last week of 2008. Meanwhile, I have to make a living. I've spent my entire life broadcasting on radio and TV, both of which are cutting staffs to the bone, not hiring. A friend of mine told me about a job doing telemarketing. I know, telemarketing, yuck. But I have to make a living somehow, and the News Bunker isn't big enough yet to do that. So I went to give it a try, and they had me listening in on phone calls, trying to figure out how this thing is done. The calls were to people who had bought a $40 package of DVDs and CD-ROMs, supposedly teaching a person how to buy real estate for, quote, pennies on the dollar and resell it for a profit. It might work well for some people, but I heard them over and over, talking with the elderly, with the none too bright, with people who had no prayer of making the system work for them, and trying to milk their credit cards for anywhere from $2,500 to $15,000. It made me ill, but the final straw was when I listened in on a call where a guy was backing out of a deal. He just heard that his cancer had returned. Doctors want to begin aggressive chemotherapy this week. Still, they tried to get this guy to stay. It's sickening. And what they're doing is legal, but it's way outside the boundaries of my ethics. I mean, what price for your soul? Well, mine is not for sale. So I walked out of there in disgust. But I still need to pay my bills. My goal is to earn enough viewers of the News Bunker so that I can get into YouTube's Partners program and make my living serving you stories that are newsworthy rather than snoozeworthy, news that is interesting and entertaining. So I'll continue doing this, hoping that you'll tell others, and they'll tell others, and one day soon it will snowball into a viable living for me. But even if it doesn't, at least I still have my integrity. So here's a pearl of wisdom for you. What your parents said is true. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Well, we have a new president, and it's a new day, and there's more news tomorrow. Thank you for watching the News Bunker.